refer to this story as Hyundai Karen. Hyundai Karen is a woman who lives outside of Savannah, Georgia. So it's eastern Georgia. And she was inspired to call Department of Homeland Security, call ICE, and report what she assumed were illegals that were Koreans, South Koreans, that were building a new Hyundai plant in this area. And she, of course, assumed they were illegals, which we will get to. They were not. And we will see how this has now, I would say, turned off South Korea. And that is an ally and a partner of ours, basically. And now they're furious. So Hyundai Karen felt the need to turn in over 400 workers, South Korean workers, and they were all treated like crap and shackled. And yeah, we'll get into that.
Let's getting off to a really great start tonight.
Edinburgh. I was just there a couple months ago. I love your city. It's
love
so,
the Scots.
No, but Edinburgh is the only major capital or major city that doesn't have skyscrapers. It's all it looks like how it looked, but it's very cool. Yeah.
The gist of this story, which is why it's so important, is that this was a car manufacturing plant that was bringing jobs and improving the economy. And this is a person who, as many of those that have pointed it out, did it strictly because they just look different.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if they were Black, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. She is probably somebody who has only grown up around her race, and whether it's a fear of the unknown or not, I don't really give a shit. What does matter?
Wait till you guys see Hyundai Karen. I can't wait to talk. Let's I don't know which part you want to start with.
No, we're going to play her. So here we go.
There were 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life.
How does this person know this stuff?
Well, she is so fucking ignorant. First of all, okay, and for people who don't know what's happening, so there are more than 400 South Korean workers that were building a plant that will be a Hyundai plant that will be run and staffed by people in Georgia. It's going to be for American jobs. What Karen here doesn't realize, because she's obtuse, is that we haven't trained our people well enough to be able to create one of these factories. So in order for Hyundai to have the factory be properly made so that they could train our monkey workers how to put cogs in it, they had to send their engineers. And the people that were here building that factory not only were here on legitimate work visas, not remotely illegal, but these are people that are specialized in a way that we don't have workers that can do that work. So this will be very interesting. So now there's not going to be a Hyundai plant because our workers are not capable of building the plant. So yeah, that's this. So she thinks they're so downtrodden. I'm thinking, lady, they speak at least 2 languages. You barely speak English. So I don't know why she thinks, and these are not trafficked people. They're here engineering, building people on work visas. You racist bigot.
And would you,
yeah.
And would you care to guess why the average American worker is not capable of assembling a car by hand? Would you care to guess why?
Well, I mean, first of all, we don't train people to do trades. We don't take vocation stuff seriously. We don't respect it. We don't respect workers. We don't pay proper wages for jobs that could be dangerous. That's why.
I wouldn't necessarily say that we don't respect workers. I don't know if I would say that there is definitely portions of our culture and our society that do not. That's
Have you seen how
it's also
our labor laws? Are you?
Albert is the winner of the. Albert is the winner of the evening. He has figured out exactly what the problem is.
I
It's
understand.
definitely because of NAFTA, normal trade relations with China, and that is the reason. So we're still feeling the after effect.
It's a problem. It's a problem. We don't train people in technical, scientific, and no, STEM and coding is not going to solve all of our problems. But the people that are here building this factory are very specifically trained to build at a level of an engineering plant that we just do not have workers that are capable of building, which is why these workers were contracted to do that, to set up the plant. So then American workers can go in and be trained like SEALs. Because the Koreans don't need to be trained. The Koreans don't need to be trained. So, I'm just.
And make no mistake, the only way we're ever getting out of this is through trades. Because if there is one thing that is becoming painfully obvious as we continue to descend into a world of artificial intelligence that will take over a significant portion of our very managerial style economy, money management economy, let me assure you, with AI, those are the last jobs that anybody needs. You know what jobs we do need? People working in factories with their fucking hands that AI can't do themselves. That's what we need. You can say we're going to have robots and that's going to have an impact. It'll have an impact. Will it take over our economy? Not even close. So what this woman did was a double fuck you as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, she screwed over the legal work visaed people that were here working legally. And she now screwed over this town that's not going to have this plant with these jobs for her people. So wait till you hear who this woman is when this video is done.
Modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions,
I mean, the level of ignorance, and don't get me wrong, in a large part, I blame it on our broken education system. That definitely plays a role. But
This woman, and by the way, guys, her name is Tori Branham. Is that how you pronounce it? Do you know how to? Branham. Yeah. Tori Branham. Remember that name, because this woman is actually running for Congress right now. So we're going to check that out. She's really obviously not interested in job development for her district.
Inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run.
Jane, you ignorant.
Yeah, you're so like generous and considerate there, Hyundai Karen, Tori, you stupid moron. These people were not trafficked. They were here because our people are not capable of doing that job to set it up so that our people, your people, can have good work. You moron.
So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that the reason why that she was concerned about this issue and decided to say something was that these workers were being treated like slaves and they were under duress in their living conditions. So to that, I would say, why are you reporting the workers and not reporting the corrupt business operators that are employing slave labor?
Right. Why are you calling
That's the part of the connection that I never seem to understand. You see, and again, for those of you who know me, I'm a hardliner on immigration. So the fact that you want to blame them, but you don't want to deal with the root, we're going to build a big, beautiful wall at the southern border. Is that going to stop the fact that multinational corporations get away with employing slave labor? If you're not going to deal with that, then shut up about a fucking wall, because that's not going to solve anything. You're still.
But we don't know these people that were from South Korea, these workers. I'm not getting the vibe that they were being mistreated or on slave wages or being trafficked, okay? I'm getting the vibe very much so, especially now after the fact, that South Korea is really pissed off at how we treated their people. So if these people were not valued, then South Korea wouldn't be as upset as they are. Not only did they detain all of them, some of them are still being detained. It's like more 300 plus are still being detained. They shackled them in leg shackles and like humiliated them.
Yeah,
That's what they did. And so South Korea is furious. And yet one more country that we rely on more than they rely on us. Like we're like going to be we're imploding. We're imploding.
For those that are obviously new to the channel, and again, there's a reason why we were very adamant about, for example, what was transpiring over the past several days, with the doxing of, regular workers because people didn't like the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. We were the same way with shit libs doxing people that were not wanting to take the COVID booster, because it really was it's booster shot. It's not a vaccine. But the point is, you're going to see this type of hyper partisanship coming from all directions without a shred of evidence based on their actions that they're taking. And what we can say as it relates to, let's say, the spending bill, the big, beautiful bill that I passed, then you look at the infrastructure bill that Biden passed. Again, it's chock full of corporate bullshit. But the one thing we know about this particular bill, this big, beautiful bill, is that it was the biggest giveaway to law enforcement, ICE, that you'll ever see. And when you are hiring people right off the street at $80,000 a year to basically go bust heads for whether they are illegal or not, hey, those Koreans, they look like they're foreigners. They look like they don't belong here. Go bust their heads. Ooh, the lady called it in. Now we got a job to do for the next several days. Let's do a perp walk while we're at it. Let's make them really look like the criminals that we think that they are. But in reality, they can work us under the table. It's always the ignorant and the stupid that always feel the need to come out and show themselves, show their whole ass, as I like to say. But I believe we have a website, Jen. Do we have a website that we would like to share?
I would like to share this website. So guys, this is Tori, and she is running for Congress. She is running in which district is it? Or against, what's his name?
I think it's Georgia's 7th district, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it the 7th? Yeah. This is now being called the Tory Branham fiasco. But guys, Tory Branham, why can't
Are you pulling it up or am I doing it?
No, you pull it up. I can't even find it right now on my phone. You guys need to see this girl. So this woman, her biggest claim to fame, what she brags about, her biggest thing is that not only is she a Second Amendment enthusiast, she's a trainer. She's so big in firearms. She's just big in firearms. And she obviously wants to use them against immigrants, but illegals. But the thing is, unfortunately, she is running in the Republican primary against the sitting incumbent, whoever the douche canoe is that's sitting there. And who's in that seat? Do you know?
Oh, Georgia's 12th. I'm sorry. So this is probably closer to Athens, I would imagine.
No, it's closer to Savannah.
Yes, Athens and Savannah are not that far from each other.
Okay. So the Republican who's sitting there now is a total piece of crap. This isn't something like, I think he's better. He's crap. He's a Zio. I think he's an evangelist, a Christian evangelist. So he is no prize, mind you. But yet this idiot thinks it was okay to stifle jobs for a few hundred people in her district. Yeah. So I mean, that level of stupidity cannot be rewarded by being voted in. So we need to make Tory a little bit famous here. So everybody go to vote Tory for Georgia, and maybe, drop a comment that we don't like to support people who are bigots and take jobs away from their own constituents.
Now, I don't know if she's a Zio or not, but what I do know is that she's probably somebody who will do anything for power. So if it is advantageous for her to be a Zio, then she's going to be a Zio. So
I'm sure she's a Zio. She's a Zio. I'm sure she's a Zio. The majority of people that in the Republican Party, unfortunately, are Zios. That's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, she needs to get what's coming to her. So anybody that lives in Georgia District 12, just know that this bitch thinks she's better than you and doesn't think workers should be able to have good jobs in her district. So yeah, screw her.
Yeah, I mean, she is a Marine, but hey, if the Marines are taking just about anybody these days, I guess she would qualify.
Her biggest thing is that her biggest flex is how big she is in a firearms. And again, I have no issue with the Second Amendment at all. I'm all for people who want to be armed. Hell, Florida now is we're open carry and have no vaccine requirements. We're the friggin' Wild West down here. So, you know, I mean, it's interesting. So I was talking with a friend, and he thinks it's like Florida's competing to see what kills kids first, diseases or guns. So, you know, we're trying to figure out, it's like an experiment in Florida to see what kills kids more, lack of measles vaccinations and stuff like that, or guns.
So she doesn't even really have a website. So she's just got this landing page, and she's got a picture of her with her red, white, and blue with the AR-15 clocking it away. I mean, it's so...
Go away, Tori. Go away.